Jim.
Hey, Mike.
Yo, welcome back.
Welcome back.
You know what number this is?
21?
21.
21, I got it
And
right.
we got a guest.
We got a guest.
Not a fill-in for you, but a real guest.
Oh.
I'd like to introduce our first official guest.
Who's also a former teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Not just anybody.
40 years.
40.
Wow.
Do the math.
Thank you. 40 years. It's been a phenomenal run. 7
I
years
missed
in
your
Catholic
name.
school.
What was-
Dan Donnelly.
Dan Donnelly.
Donnelly.
Yeah, there you
7
go.
years in Catholic school, and then
Okay.
made the jump into public so I could
Okay.
finally start making money
Right.
for my family.
There you
and,
go.
33 years in Bristol Township has
Wow.
been spectacular.
Wow.
Excellent.
Yeah, so anybody out there in old Bristol Township, Truman, or Armstrong, where else? FDR?
Oh, yeah, well,
FDR.
all three.
FDR,
All three,
Armstrong,
yeah.
Truman? Wow.
You did Armstrong too?
Yeah.
Okay, I
The
did not.
three
I met you
big.
in FDR.
Yeah.
Wow.
And at one point, I traveled from Armstrong to Truman.
Oh, okay.
And I was also
That's
the
not good.
athletic trainer at that point in time.
Oh, I didn't know you were a
Wow.
trainer.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I thought we were good
look,
friends.
if you've been a student
Yeah.
at Truman, a student in Bristol Township, you might
You
have
know
had
Dan,
Mr. Donnelly.
Mr.
So he's
Donnelly.
here.
He's here today.
So listen, today is a pretty big day.
Big day.
Three things.
St. Patrick's Day's coming
Oh,
up.
St. Patrick's
Okay.
Day special, correct?
I don't know, Mike. I'm dead.
Day-
Daylight savings?
Daylight savings time just happened.
If I hear more about daylight savings,
Oh man,
it's
and
one day.
and it's the anniversary, the 5-year anniversary of
COVID.
COVID.
Oh,
Shutdown.
man.
The shutdown.
the big shutdown.
The big shutdown.
Remember, we
didn't know.
Students will go home. Make sure you bring some of your stuff home. We'll probably be out for
For a
week.
couple days.
Couple days.
Yeah.
Next
It
thing you
won't
know.
be long.
So, hey, before we get into those topics, let's try a beer.
Okay.
St. Patrick's Day. I've got the pack of packs.
That's it.
It's the Irish
Pub.
pub pack,
Nice.
and it contains 3 beers.
Okay.
Nice.
We got Smithwick's,
Smittix.
Smithix.
we got Guinness,
Guinness.
Yeah.
and we got Harp.
Harp. Ooh, that's
Um,
good. That's a good lineup there.
I like all 3.
All 3.
Yeah.
Where'd you get these from, Mike?
Oh, shout out to my son's father-in-law,
Okay. Who brought us the
who brought us the Treehouse.
Treehouse?
Brian brought us a Treehouse from. Have you had Treehouse?
Oh,
Treehouse
nice.
is a brewery in
Like-
Massachusetts.
Yeah, up there.
Connecticut?
Northeast.
Yeah, but he also brought this over.
Yeah, did a
The
great
Guinness, a Guinness trifecta.
Trifecta.
Believe it or not, Guinness brews all 3 of these. I've been to the Guinness
Yeah.
factory in the storehouse in Dublin 3 times.
3 times.
Excellent.
And I've been to Smithwick's in
Really?
Killarney.
Really?
Nice.
Wow.
But I believe now Guinness brews all 3.
All 3.
So if you haven't had them, St. Patrick's Day would be the time.
This is it, man.
give us
is
a,
it?
give us a
Okay.
little information.
I'll start with Guinness, the maker, established 1759.
Wow.
That was before America was even founded. Ooh, I forgot I got. Alright.
What's the ABV on that?
ABV. Surprisingly, what do you think it is?
I know people think that
It's high.
a Guinness is dark, heavy beer.
It's
Right.
not.
It's not.
4.1.
Very drinkable.
4.1.
Very drinkable.
Usually you drink it warmer, don't you? Wasn't that the thing?
That
Yeah.
wasn't.
We were in
Well,
college. Drinking warmer.
Yeah, room temperature.
Room temperature. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a Guinness.
It's a Guinness.
Even in Ireland.
Yeah, you're
they
not
say-
supposed to put it in a frosty glass.
No.
Right.
No. So St. James Gate in Dublin,
You
Ireland.
been there? Like I said, 3 times.
No. No, I haven't.
You haven't been there. We got to get you over.
Dan, you been to Ireland?
Yes.
Oh, there you
Spectacular.
go. There you go. I'm the left out guy. All right.
All right,
So
next
it's,
one.
oh, by the way, it's 14.9 fluid ounces. We're not sure what that means. I'm thinking metric. Anybody do metric conversion?
It
I'm
could
thinking
be.
it's like a pint or a liter. Oh, by the way, 21 to drink, except in the U.S. Virgin Islands or Puerto Rico.
Oh,
It's
I'm
only
18.
How
Wow.
did you know that, Dan?
My daughter
Oh.
Corinne, when we were there, she was
There
18.
you go.
Yeah.
It's always kids who know, and you're
I
like,
can
yeah.
drink, Dad. I can drink.
Exactly.
Forget the beach. What's a drinking age down there? Because you took your son at one time.
Yeah, we did.
Was he
That
like
was
12?
we're on a cruise, and as soon as we landed in Bermuda, I believe.
Okay.
They don't care.
Yeah, that was 18 there.
Right.
Like, oh, we can drink. All right, whatever. Get a strawberry daiquiri or something.
All right, so we got Smithwick.
Yes,
Dan's got
excellent.
Red Ale.
Red ale, love it.
Can't go wrong with that. A little higher, 4.5%
Yeah.
alcohol. And then back over to Harp's Lager.
Yeah,
You love a lager.
love a lager.
4.5% also.
So all 3 very drinkable.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And if you're looking to
Delicious.
do something exciting, you can do something called a black and tan.
Black and tan.
You can do a Guinness with a harp.
Yep.
You can do a Guinness with a Smithwick's.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
can do a Guinness with a cider.
Really?
Yeah, there's
With the cider.
there's an Irish bar
Ah.
in New Hope
Wow.
called the Dubliner.
Yes.
Wow.
They have a whole menu of half and halves,
Hmm.
and I really enjoy Guinness with a harp.
And the food there is very good.
Very good.
Ah, there you go. Shout out.
Some good corned beef.
Little one of our advertisers. And,
Oh, cheers!
Cheers,
Cheers,
boys.
Yeah.
Happy St. Patrick's
Happy St.
Day.
Patrick's Day.
All right. I think something's stuck in mine. They used to have like a cartridge in there or something.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's probably why I
At the very
can't
bottom.
have trouble drinking it. I think
Yeah.
it's coming to the top.
Yeah, they
there.
don't want too much.
Right.
Too
You can
much.
also do the Irish car bomb.
Oh, the
Oh.
Irish car. I love if you have well, Irish car bomb is Guinness and
Irish
Bailey's.
whiskey.
yeah, whiskey
Bailey's.
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 Is it Irish whiskey too?
Yeah.
With the shot of
Either or.
Bailey? Yeah.
Either or, yeah.
Either or.
We love
Yeah.
it.
Jaeger.
Well, Bailey's is whiskey.
Whiskey.
Sort of. It's a mild.
Mild,
Yeah.
yeah.
We were in
But,
California.
the
This girl
creamer.
did Jaeger. I'm
Jaeger
like,
in it.
damn.
Yeah.
She was only like 80 pounds. Can I do Jaeger? I'm like, yeah, I guess.
You remember when we were in England
Oh.
2 summers ago? We happened to be at an English pub,
Yeah.
and we were speaking to an Irish gentleman from Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland.
Didn't know he was from Northern Ireland till after we asked him if he ever.
An Irish car bomb. That didn't go over
That
well.
did not
go over well.
with the Northern Irishman,
Yeah.
not very happy
no.
that
We're
we
lucky.
brought up. And he,
We didn't realize. We were just asking about the drink.
Yeah.
And it went off the rails
it went
pretty
off
quick.
Pretty quick.
So we left.
Good choice.
We did.
We
We were
weren't
like,
sure if he was a member of the IRA or
Yeah,
not.
most
Or,
likely.
who
Most
knows?
likely.
But,
But his wife was cool, right? She was pretty cool.
she was.
She
yeah,
kept him
she
calm.
kept him calm.
But we were like, we're out of here, dude.
Whew.
All right, enough of that.
Anyhow, so
Good times.
enjoying the harp,
Yeah. Excellent.
enjoying the beer.
Yeah, man.
All right, off
we
on the
go.
topic.
Yeah.
We mentioned real quick daylight savings time.
Oh,
Right.
jeez. It's
Um,
one day, people.
Listen,
I heard people harping on this like their whole life's out of whack.
Harping on it.
Harping on it. Watching Jimmy Kimmel. Like, there's
Yeah.
states that are putting through legislation
Yeah.
to change it. Like
This-
40 states.
this could be
It's one day.
our last spring
Change.
change. This could be the last.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
hearing that
Yeah.
the current administration may do away with daylight savings time.
Daylight
I love daylight savings time.
Yeah.
I do too.
I love the fact that
It's lighter.
this week it's lighter. You can hang out longer,
Mhm.
drink more.
Drink.
I love
I'm
when you.
glad you
high-
had your priorities.
There's
in
a high
order.
correlation there. Yeah.
I love when you
Yeah.
when you go to England or Ireland.
Yes.
When you go over in the summertime,
Oh.
it gets dark about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it
Montana.
really it throws you
Yeah.
for a loop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But there's nothing wrong with hanging out later. With
No,
the
more
sun.
sunlight.
More
Not
sunlight.
at all.
But
So
people-
for those people out there, let's stick with daylight.
Yeah,
I think
I
we should stick
guess.
with daylight savings time.
I like the light, but people act like their whole life was changed Sunday.
I know.
You know, I'm like, whatever. It's 1 hour.
I know,
Take
I
a
had-
nap.
I had a student who came to me one day and said, "Mr. McHugh, what's with daylight savings time?" And I said, "What do you
I don't
mean?"
know.
He goes, "Mr. McHugh, could you imagine if your grandmother's dying and we put the clocks ahead?
Right.
She loses an hour of her life.
Ooh,
She dies quicker."
never thought.
And I was like, "Listen, that's not how it is."
Made me think about
I
it.
won't ever.
Sound right?
Anyhow.
Roll it back.
Yeah, I know. All right, our next topic.
Pubs.
Not
No,
pubs
oh,
yet.
sorry about
With
that.
COVID?
What's
COVID.
COVID?
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
Thank
Damn,
you.
dude,
Damn,
on the
out of the
straight
blue.
and narrow.
God
God
damn,
damn,
man. I'd be off the rails. All right, well, I'm done.
So, anniversary of COVID.
Yeah.
Right?
I think I mentioned
Came
it
out of
a
nowhere.
little bit. This was
Yeah.
the day we told our students that they were going to go home.
Right.
Correct.
Take your books with you. With me a couple days.
And I don't know, was it a year and a half later or
Something like
something
that.
like
It was
that?
long.
It was a long time home with the kids. But
Yeah.
listen, I don't know. I thought initially it went really well, but then it
Yeah.
kind of started to break down.
I don't know. My guys were good. I teach 6th grade.
Yeah,
So
I had-
they get on.
I had
you know.
ID and life skills, so
So,
I was just happy if they were able to log on.
Right.
Because we were supposed to have, I don't know about you guys,
Uh-huh.
we were supposed to have long live virtual meets.
Okay. I taught.
It wasn't just handing out assignments and checking Canvas. It was
Yeah.
they wanted our kids online.
Yeah.
Right.
So every once in a while I'd have a student like, listen, please turn your camera off. I think those two little boys should put some clothes on. We'd be on, and it'd be like 12 students, and the next thing you know, two little naked boys would run back behind the camera.
I used to see like brothers and sisters run by, like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, who's that? Put him on the camera, and they come over. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I know.
Parents were on. The one girl's like, I'm in the bathroom. My mom's doing my hair. Can I do Kahoot? I'm like, yeah, your mom can play too if she wants. So she was chiming in, man. It was great.
I was just happy.
I thought it was cool.
I was just happy to get my students to log
Yeah.
on. I mean, other
Yeah.
like regular ed teachers, there was more responsibility.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
I know for myself, we were trying to teach a lesson every day.
Yeah, like school.
And bottom line, trying to get those students to log in, which they did, but many times disappeared.
Right. They
I
turned the
remember-
screen off.
Exactly. One of my students in particular, we were teaching the Crucible, the Salem witch trials.
Good
And-
classic.
American Lit.
American Lit.
And all of the students were participating. They were really doing a great job. Many times they weren't showing their faces, but they would jump in and read parts of the play and so
Cool.
forth. But one of the girls pointed out, unfortunately, that her microphone wasn't working. And since her microphone wasn't working, she didn't have the opportunity to participate. So, okay, bing, bang, boom. As the story goes, unfortunately, at the end, a couple of them were hanged.
Oh.
So when some of the main characters were hanged, she blurted out, "Oh, I can't believe that happened."
Wait, I thought her.
Wait a second.
Hey.
Time out. I won't use her name, but oh, your microphone's working now.
Does work.
So throughout the entire play, she rode the wave. Had a great time. And
Right. She was on though.
exactly.
She was on.
She learned. She participated in that. She was following along actively.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. It's what you. Sometimes all you could ask for.
Yeah, I was just get everybody on, I'd like to
remember-
see your face.
I saw a TikTok video on TikTok, but it could have been on YouTube. Could have been anywhere. It was a young girl, maybe a middle schooler or a high school student, and her dad comes into the room and says, "I just got your report card." It's during COVID.
Oh.
He says to her, "You're failing everything.
Oh.
How can you be failing everything?" He goes, "You have all the answers in front of you. All you have to do is Google them."
Right.
She goes, "Dad, I am Googling them. I'm still failing."
Oh, man. Come on, man.
Well,
Even Dad knows what to do.
Yeah.
I know,
Come on.
but it was
Yeah.
tough. It was tough to get
Yeah.
do any work.
Yeah, I was delivering books because we have the math books.
Ah,
So I delivered like 10 a day. I would just, and it wasn't too hard because I realized, all the kids live in the area, they go to school. So I'd show up, knock at the door. And they'd be like, "Hello." I go, "Hi, I'm Mr. Richard, math teacher." And they're like, "Oh, hey, Mr. Richard, what's up?" So I remember I walked up and I couldn't see the guy. It was like a screen door. And I knocked, and it was like the tallest guy I've ever seen. He's like, "Hello?" And I'm like, "Oh, hi, I'm Mr. Richard, the math teacher." And I said, "I have so-and-so's book." And he's like, "Oh," and he's like, "I'm going to make up a name like, Tiffany, your math book's here." And then we broke the ice.
Yeah.
But I was like, this guy looked happy, man. But yeah.
I was in
tried,
a situation where, fortunately, a mother stepped in.
Oh.
I was teaching something, and we were talking about the moral dilemma in this short story. And I said, there was a great movie back in the day with Demi Moore. And
striptease.
no. Robert Redford approaches her.
Oh, was that the $1 million thing?
She and Woody Harrelson. And he says, I'll give you $1 million if I can spend the night with your
wife.
Yeah.
Right, one night.
And we're talking about this short story, and I said, I can't recall the name of the movie. And one of the moms in the distance yells out, "Indecent proposal."
Yeah, good one.
So moms were participating.
Moms
Dads
were.
were
They got
giving
extra
answers.
credit.
Exactly.
I did hear things like that from some of the parents.
It's great.
Yeah.
that
Shout out.
They participating in their child's education.
Yeah, exactly.
Which was,
I like
mean,
it, man. I thought
I
it
don't
was
know.
funny.
I know some parents were really frustrated and there was a lot of problems, but that was maybe one of the good byproducts.
Right.
They
Sometimes
got
they
that.
chime in.
They
yeah.
found out what the kids were
Right.
doing in school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And brush up on,
Yeah, I know. Mrs.
Crucible.
McHugh used to say she knew that some of the students would just log on, turn the camera, and then go outside and play hockey in the streets,
Yeah.
basketball.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What were you just doing?" And no, nothing, Mrs. McHugh.
I've been here the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the kids shooting baskets, but he had it on. I could see him.
Yeah.
So we'd be like, "Yo, it's your turn to answer the
So-
question." Then he would come over.
I guess we should be
You know,
thankful
yeah.
right now that we're back.
Yeah,
I would
it's
say so.
different.
We're
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
It's different.
All right, now the third topic, maybe the best topic of the day, St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
fine.
Listen.
You lost. I don't.
You got a McHugh here.
Yeah, Donnelly,
You
Donnelly.
got a Donnelly,
Jesus.
and then
the mutt.
Richards,
Irish.
is that Irish or English?
It's German, English. I think Scottish.
Yeah. That's Scottish.
French, a
Well,
little
Okay,
French.
well, good.
Yeah.
no Italiano.
No Italiano.
Nothing.
That happened. That's the worst answer I ever gave.
So
Italiano.
listen, I look forward to this time of
Yeah.
year. We've been going to the Green Parrot a couple nights already. They've had a band, I believe, every night since March 6th or
since
7th.
Lent.
Yeah, since Lent started. But
Yeah, they parlayed that into like a 2 week.
but yeah, what a great
we'll be going.
What a great time of year to be Irish.
Yeah.
And if you're not Irish,
Yeah, absolutely.
Get a green shirt.
gotta-
You're good to go.
but
Get some red
we
hair
put
dye.
together. We thought we'd
Yeah.
give you some advice out there. Maybe you're looking for some place to go. Maybe
Yeah,
you
good
want to
call.
celebrate. I know
Yeah.
we've been to the Green Parrot. If you don't know
Yeah.
about the Green Parrot, it is in
Newtown.
And they are having bands every day.
Yeah.
They're having something on
Tomorrow night,
Who's tomorrow?
Shot of Southern.
Shot of
Shot
Southern.
of Southern.
Excellent.
They're pretty good,
Sunday
6 to
night,
10.
we got the Buzzard Band going to be there.
They're good. Seen them before.
We saw the Giuliano brothers.
G Bros.
Nice.
They're Italian for the day.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
a big.
they're Irish for the
Yeah.
day.
They're
Sorry.
big down in Sea.
Yeah,
Big time,
yeah.
Did they have the 10 out back, you think?
No,
The Parrot?
no 10.
No.
Oh, that
The
used
one
to be
year.
awesome.
Oh.
Yeah.
Secret Service.
Yeah.
Used to pack them in, man.
But if you're looking for something, you got the Green
Yeah.
Parrot. You also have the Irish Rover.
Of course.
Dan, that's
And the
Just
Rover,
you guys-
Friday through Monday, will have entertainment and Irish dancers.
Okay.
wow. My niece is Irish.
Maybe happy hour there.
Oh,
Maybe.
definitely.
Dan,
Starting
Dan's
Friday.
just locking in for the weekend.
I saw the owner at the gym the other day. She
Okay.
said, by the way, Dan, we have a pillow waiting for you.
Right, I was gonna say, Dan, that's a 4-day stint there. That's a bender.
You guys probably don't know this, but the original Rover
Uh-huh.
on
That was
Route 1
small, yeah.
was owned by my aunt,
Really?
Wow.
Get out of town.
Kathleen Gallagher.
Wow.
Kathleen Gallagher owned the Rover.
Wow.
Her sister Bridie was in my mom's wedding.
Okay.
You
So
could smoke there, couldn't you?
you could.
You could.
I
That's a
remember-
real Irish bar.
And my dad was in an Scottish pipe band.
Really?
Called an Irish pipe.
Bagpipes?
He played the drums.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
many years growing up, we spent time for the St. Patrick's Day parade, which was the other day.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
It was Sunday in Philadelphia. So we'd march down Broad Street with my dad at the end of the Clanagale Pipe Band, and then we'd head over to 69th Street. There was an Irish Center there.
Right.
But yeah, so the old Rover
Wow.
was owned by Kathleen Gallagher, my
Okay.
aunt. So
And that's the oldest, I don't know if it's parade in the country.
Oh.
Irish Day. It's older
Wow.
than the country.
Wow.
1771. It was
Nice.
founded.
You're,
Yes.
you're a wealth of information.
I read that at Welshie's. Remember in Seattle? The
Yeah.
takeout place? And the guy had a picture of it. And he was in the band. I'm like,
Wow.
that's older than the country.
Yeah.
So it's the 256th annual
Wow.
Irish Day Parade.
Wow.
Yeah.
So listen, you missed the
Yeah.
parade, but you got
That's
plenty
all right.
to do. Dan, maybe you want to hit us up with some local places
Ah,
you could
sure.
go to. Now, we got top 10 lists, but this is just local. Some of them are top 10 in our eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you start with the Dubliner,
Okay.
Oh,
Con Murphy's, Curran's. Everybody
Currents
likes
right off
Curran's.
the
There's two
95.
of them.
Oh,
There's two of them
There's
now.
two,
Yeah, there's two
one in Ben
locations.
Salem.
Oh,
Yeah.
Didn't know
I've
that.
been to that one quite often.
Okay.
Patty Wax is always good.
Patty Wax. The old
Biddy
Biddy and
and Flynn's
Flynn's.
on the
Yeah,
boulevard.
exactly.
32-ounce beers or something. They were big, man.
Then you have Patty's Always Sunny.
Yeah, so Patty's is in, that's based on the show, Always Sunny
Sunny
in
in
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Okay.
So
Not
there is a little knockoff pub down on,
Okay.
on 2nd Street.
Right.
So if
Okay.
you're looking for something to do, there's a Patty's there. And they got some memorabilia from the show.
That's cool.
Okay. And then you had the Jameson Poorhouse.
Yeah,
Local.
around local
Right
place, right
around the corner.
Yeah, and then my favorite,
Favorite.
the Irish
There
Rover.
you go.
The new one. Not the original.
Probably 1.1 miles from my house.
Right. Oh,
So
perfect.
I've strolled there quite
Okay.
often.
Yeah.
The Green Parrot,
Newtown. Yep.
Reese's.
Under new ownership.
Yes,
That's going to
you
come
were
back.
saying that you were there
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah, the week
Where's that
before
located?
Right on 263, I think.
Perfect.
But it's small. Like, you got to look for it.
Okay.
And there's not a
Okay.
lot of parking out front, so
All
you
right.
got to kind of go in the side there. But it's, I think 2 young guys just bought, changing ownership.
Okay.
So that's why I have all these bands now.
Wow.
So it's, yeah, it's good setup.
And then you have Reed's.
Reedy's,
And
that's
then-
Colleen's parents.
Okay.
Yep.
And then Mike Kelly's.
Kelly's.
Mike,
Michael
so
Kelly's.
if you're
Michael
looking for
Kelly's.
something to do in New Hope,
Oh,
there's
okay.
so the Dubliner's right on the river,
Correct.
and Mike Kelly's is a little basement. It's really cool.
Really?
It's you would miss
Speakeasy?
it.
Like
You
a
would miss it
speakeasy.
if you sneeze. Okay.
Okay.
And you got to walk down these steps and down some more steps. It's kind of in the basement. It's a great
North
little-
or south of the bridge going over the creek?
So it's going to be south, heading
Okay.
back. Right. So there's the Iron Hill.
Iron Hill. Yeah.
Iron Hill
Iron Hill.
Brewery.
Yeah.
So as you walk, you leave. If you parked in the Iron Hill and you started to walk down towards the
Main
river,
Street.
yeah,
Okay.
towards Main Street, on the left-hand side, down this little
Ah,
steps,
awesome.
Mike Kelly's.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
Wow.
Little tiny place,
All right.
but got all the Irish vibes.
Ah,
All right. Sounds
real,
great.
So-
real tight. You're bumping into people.
Yeah. So
Doorways are 3 feet high.
there's some local places that we hang out at,
Yeah.
and we recommend them all.
Yeah.
I have. You know what? Let me just go big here. Let me go big with New York.
New York?
So
Oh, you have New York. Yep.
just to tell you, I've done a few Irish pub crawls in New York. There's actually a brochure you can find of Irish pubs in New
Brochure,
York.
huh.
I found on TripAdvisor the top 10 Irish pubs. I think I've been to most
9 of them.
Listen, a little secret for you guys that maybe don't want to go to a Broadway play, but you want to support your wife or your.
Want to look good?
So for years, my family would go to New York. We'd get my daughter's birthday's January 10th, so we would go every year for her birthday. We'd get her a Broadway tickets, and we'd go. And then I don't know. After a while, I was like, all right, I'll go, but do I have to go? So I discovered this brochure, and I said one year, you guys, I'll go up to New York with you. You guys go see the show, and I'll do my own little Irish pub crawl.
And Mrs. McHugh went for that.
She was okay.
Oof.
She's okay.
That's a tough sell.
As long as I get up, still a little nervous navigating New York by themselves. So
I thought you out by yourself in New York would be the problem.
So I got to tell you too, I've eaten in several of these pubs,
Oh.
and the food is fantastic. We usually go to some fancy restaurant,
Right.
spend
Oh, right.
overpriced meal,
Right.
Yep.
and then I end up going to the pub and I sit at a table drinking a beer or two, and I look around at the food.
Heavy
You're-
cabbage.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Or
Yeah.
just
Or
a gigantic
yeah,
pub burger
yeah.
with
Yeah.
with
Ooh.
I love that one with
Ooh.
egg and bacon on it.
Yeah. What's
Wow.
the pie?
Oh, shepherd's
Shepherd's
pie.
pie.
Shepherds love a
Yeah.
shepherd's
Oh,
pie.
nothing better.
Love a shepherd's
Lots of
pie.
carrots.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's good for you too.
Yeah.
And I love fish and chips.
Oh, London.
There's a place in Dublin. I'll have
Oh.
to take you there, Jim. But it's one of those it'd be like our version of Pat's or Gino's.
Okay.
So there's and I don't know the name of it, but I've been to it in Dublin. It's just like a little hole in the wall. When you go in, they've got pictures of all the celebrities.
Ah,
dinner,
ah.
and there's nowhere to sit. You got to take it to go. But they wrap it up in newspaper.
Nice.
Give you this gigantic piece of cod or haddock.
Haddock.
I like the cod better than the haddock. And then they give you the
Chips.
It's chips,
French fries.
French fries
French
with
fries.
oil, with the vinegar and oil
Oil.
on top. It's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you got to go find some place to eat.
Eat like slobber.
But it's the piece of fish that you're like, should I eat all this?
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course I'm gonna eat it. The one in London was big too.
Yeah.
That we had in London.
Yeah,
that
London.
was
Yeah,
huge.
London.
Yeah.
London too.
Yeah.
It's different overseas. The pub
Yeah.
scene is just.
Different.
I just like the fact the pub scene in Ireland, music everywhere.
Ah.
Spectacular.
Like
Like
we have it
Nashville.
here sometimes, and we're gonna
Yeah.
have it for St. Patrick's Day.
But
But
all
I
the
like the
time.
fact that every single day, in just about every single pub, Marty, my cousin in Ireland, Martina.
Oh, we haven't heard from him.
No, we haven't heard from Marty. Shout out to Marty. Marty, if
Yeah.
you're watching this,
Yeah.
that's my cousin's husband. Marty and Martina, they have their own band.
Ah.
Ah.
They play Irish music. They're Irish,
Okay.
of course, but they play local pubs in in Roscommon.
Yeah.
That's where my family's from. So
Maybe
shout
we
out
can
to
get our
Marty.
show going over there.
Yeah, maybe you can share
We're
it.
going international now. He was on one of the first
Yeah,
guests.
he did.
He stayed up or
Let's
something.
book the flight.
Yeah, he came over from work and he's like, oh, I'm on watching you guys. It's like, dang, that guy's dedicated.
So yeah, it's nice to have that music.
Yeah.
Sure.
The music
absolutely.
just makes it so much. And
Yeah.
you don't need more than one or two people.
Right. Yeah.
Makes it fun. I love it. In Dublin, there is the Temple Bar is like the tourist trap. But I gotta be honest, I've been to the Temple Bar several times. The music's great there too,
Right.
and they get really good performers. So,
Good.
all right, let me do this. This is the top 10 Irish pubs from TripAdvisor in New York. Number 1 is O'Hara's.
Okay.
Been there, fantastic. Sean's,
No.
very good. The Mean Fiddler,
I
fantastic.
like the name.
Yeah,
That's a great name, great little pub. I haven't been to the Landmark Tavern. I've been to the Perfect Pint.
Perfect.
That's number 5. Great name, great place. That's a place with the food. I was like,
Okay.
oh. Have not been to number 6, the Dead Rabbit.
Nah.
Hasselpfeffer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't rush.
Yeah.
Number
What
7,
eat there?
Connolly's Pub.
Ah,
Number 8, O'Donoghue's.
okay.
Good Irish name.
Yeah.
Face sneeze.
But number 9, I've been to Megan's.
Megan's.
Great place.
Yeah.
I love those simple names.
Mhm.
Megan's.
Just Megan's.
That's Megan's.
You know, it's an Irish girl that opened the pub. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You,
right.
you just know
Of
that.
course,
You know.
yes.
You know. And
Yeah.
I love the fact in New York, it seems like every bartender or every waitress is from Ireland. Like they
course,
they import them,
Mhm.
and you get a job. You go to New York,
and you work it.
and you work at an Irish
pub.
Irish
Yeah.
pub. And
Like
uh,
you're
They
trying to
love
get
the
this
accents, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and the
Brogue.
number 10 is the Keg Room. Haven't been there, but that's the top 10 Irish pubs in New York.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to go to
Right.
New York, might as well go to an Irish pub.
Right, or call Mike, you know.
All right, Jim, give us Phillies.
All right, top 10 Philly TripAdvisor. Number 1, and my niece, I think, is going to do the Irish dancing.
Yes.
She goes to Temple, and they have an Irish dance team or club.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So I go, what do you know? She goes, we just show up. And
Yeah.
Where's she going to be? Do you know?
The
I
Irish
think-
Rover, probably.
No,
Or
no,
any place.
she's right downtown at
Oh,
Temple.
she's at
Okay.
Temple.
So they're going to be here plowing the stars.
Wow,
She played that
awesome.
before.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
nice place. Been there.
So she
Yeah,
hit that
Second
one
Street.
last year. McGilligan's, the oldest ale house
In it.
in Philadelphia.
That's a nice place.
Yeah,
Little
always
crowd,
packed.
always packed.
Always
so
packed.
it's tough to get in sometimes. But they got a big upstairs too.
Yeah, the big upstairs.
So
you
you-
fall down those steps. that's like falling in the Grand Canyon. Man. You're
That is tough.
yeah, call an ambulance.
Moriarty's.
Moriarty's pub. Haven't heard that. What's that? Fado? F-A-D-O?
Fado.
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 That
Oh,
sounds
yeah,
trendy.
yeah, yeah.
Really? Is that like a
It's
trendy?
an
Yeah.
Irish pub.
Okay.
Yeah.
New Deck Tavern.
Not bad.
Never
No?
heard of it. No.
This is going. Fergie's Pub. I've
Good
never
name.
been
That's
there.
a good name, but I haven't
Yeah.
been there either.
No, Tiernanog. I've been there.
Tiernanog. Good
Tiernanog.
one. Yeah,
My
good
buddy
one.
lived.
Good music there.
Where do you live at? Like 4th and Market, right in Old City.
Okay.
Oh, Vince. Yeah, we used to tear it up. Finn McCodds?
Finn McCool's.
Finn McCool's.
Finn McCool's.
Sorry, gotta work on that penmanship.
Sorry, man.
Got the lady in what's that handwriting?
Yes, the lead. The Danielian
Danielian handwriting.
All right.
Sorry, Mike, C- on that. The Black Sheep.
Never been there.
I never heard of it. And the Irish Pub in Philly.
The Irish
I used to
Pub.
go there a lot.
Yeah, I used to go there a
Rittenhouse.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used
Oh,
to go
yeah.
there a lot.
It was
too.
always crowded. Always a
Yeah.
line
Yeah.
out there.
Just
Oh.
name a pub, the
It's a
Irish
great name.
pub.
The Irish Pub. There you
Yeah.
go. Well, there's 2 of them, I think.
I think there may be
Because there's
2
one
of
on
them.
like 13th, but it's the old man one. Like you walk in, you're like, whoa. Like it's a local one. They look at you when they walk in smoking. I'm like, I don't think this is the one we're looking for.
Yeah, yeah,
But they're like, no,
exactly.
you want the one up by Rittenhouse. I go,
Mhm.
yes, sir. So I've only
No.
been to, what, 3? 3 of them. I didn't know Plowing on the Stars was Irish.
Plowing Stars.
Yeah.
Stars?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been there. I didn't.
That's the
I
number
never got
one
to check-
they say
Wow.
in Philly.
Well, it is popular. Yeah, it's right. Yeah, it's right.
And most
in
of these,
Old
when we
City.
say Philly, we're talking about Center City, basically.
Yes.
We're not talking Northeast Philly.
That
I think
was-
we gave you a choice.
that was
of bunch
Dan's
of them.
list. That
Dan's
was
list is
Dan's
more
list.
like
Local.
all over the place. Yeah, Northeast Philly and stuff.
All right.
I don't know, man. That's pretty good.
That's
Can't
all
find
right.
it, man.
What'd you think, Dan?
Oh, I'll tell you. Give me another Smittix and we'll go another half hour.
Yeah, pretty
However,
good.
before you close off,
Go
can I
ahead.
tell you an Irish joke?
You got
Yeah.
an Irish joke.
I got an Irish
I don't know
joke.
many
Ah,
Irish
we-
jokes.
It's the time of year.
Yeah, sure.
So this,
Seasonal.
this leprechaun goes walking into a bar. He sits down. Oh, can I have a Guinness, please? Ah, may I have a little shot of Tullamore Dew? Drinks him down. He looks, may I have another Guinness? Drinks it down. He gets up, walks around the bar. There's a big guy sitting at the end of the bar. Taps the big guy on the shoulder. Big guy looks down at him. Leprechaun goes, and the guy says, you goddamn, right? Leprechaun runs back, couple more Guinness, a little more Tullamore Dew, walks back, taps the big guy on the shoulder. Big guy looks at him and again. The leprechaun looks at him and goes, God damn it. The leprechaun runs back, sits down on a stool, couple more Guinness, bing, bang, boom. He looks, the big guy's still sitting there. Leprechaun starts walking over. The big guy gets up. He says, look, you little son of a bitch. If you do it again, I'm going to reach down and break off your goddamn penis. The leprechaun looks at him and says, I'm a leprechaun. I don't have a penis. He says, well, how the hell do you pee? I'll leave you on that note.
That's good.
Good one.
That's
Good
good.
one.
I didn't see
All
that
right.
coming.
Listen, I'm going to leave it with a good Irish toast.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
Oh,
There we
absolutely.
go. There you go.
May your glass be ever full. May the roof of your home always be strong. And may you be in heaven a half an hour before the devil knows you're dead. Sláinte.
Sláinte. It sounds like
All right.
a blessing or something. Is it a blessing or just a poem?
Just
Sounds like
It's
something
called an Irish blessing.
Yeah.
Does it sound like a blessing?
It does.
Wait,
But-
Dan reads. I mean, Mike reads.
We gotta
that inflection.
we gotta say goodbye, and don't forget, with every pour.
Pour, there's a story.
All right.
I was going to get it right. I've been practicing all week.
Thank you, man.